balance. Make sure you're not pulling this knee in across the body. That's nice and straight up. And push back, knee in and push back. All balancing on that foot, or just extend, lift, tap, lift. Just it's basically taking your shoulder to that knee. Welcome to Fitness to Function. I'm Dianne Laird, your personal trainer for today, and I will be taking you through a total body workout. I am choosing to use the flat band today. There's a link for the flat bands in the description below the video. You can purchase these in several different resistances. They don't take up much room. You can have them in your home. You can take them with you if you're leaving for a week or two or on vacation, and do these workouts anywhere. You can also replace the band with a dumbbell for most of the moves. And I am ready to get you started. We're going to start with a sumo squat and a bicep curl. We'll be doing 45 seconds on and 20 seconds in between for recovery. Let's get started. Lay that band down. A little bit wider stance than hip width today. And grabbing the bands with your thumbs up. Right here, we're going to be going into a sumo with the rear end coming way back. What I'd like to see is keeping that upper body upright as much as you can and not dipping forward. So really reaching the rear end back and coming up with a bicep curl. Okay, ready? And go. Down. Bicep curl. Into that sumo, bicep curl. You can cinch it up a little bit more. There we go. Here's a side view. Into that sumo, body curl. Down, up, down, up. Nice, and keeping that body upright as much as you can. And come back, down, up. You can have dumbbells here. They work just fine. Bicep curl at the bottom if you prefer. Do you want to hold it here and bicep curl, or come up and bicep curl? All right, getting those feet to about hip width. We're going to go into a deadlift. So I'm turning my palm down, grabbing that band, really cinching up for the deadlift. Really want you to get some work in here. A deadlift, nice straight back, hinging, rear end back, and up. Ready? And down and up. Just a slight bend in the knee. Just a slight bend in the knee and up. Lower back work here and rear end work and backward thighs, hamstrings. Down and up. Really trying not to bend those knees too much. And taking that rear end back. And nice straight back. Notice not rounded here. Don't want any rounding. Practice that hinge and up. No need to even go very low. Your low back bothers you, just do a small deadlift. Or come down a little bit further and back up. You can do these with dumbbells onto your sides. And no worries there. Now, we're going to go into a lat pull. Lat, work in the back. I'm going to take this band, fold it in half. In, right here, taking it up to a wide position and pulling down. What I'm doing here on this pull, I'm driving the elbow back, driving that elbow back. It's not pulling down out in front. It's driving that elbow back, driving that elbow back. If you feel yourself moving through that elbow, opening the elbow, you're not working that back properly. I can cinch this up a little more, driving that soft knees, weight in the heels, seeing if you can feel that back engage, gripping, you're getting a little grip. That's one thing you get with these bands, is you actually get some grip strength. All clock starts, up into that wide, and driving that elbow. There it is. Inhale, exhale. Weight in the heels, soft knees. Make sure that elbow is staying nice and tight. It's not opening. We're going to do a different work on that back of the arm where we are going to open that elbow up. Right now, I'm going to work that back. And working that back. Taking that elbow behind you. Right there, you should feel that back engage. Right through here, you should be feeling that back engage. Right there. Every time. Feel it. Take your mind to that muscle. Making that muscle work. All right. Now, I'm going to use that same movement and we're going to work the backs of the arms at a little different angle. So going back up into that wide, taking that up into that wide position. Now, this time, you're actually going to open that up, and then grab it here. Take my thumb out. And this time, you are going to open up. We're going to have at this angle here, a straight angle across the body, working the back of that arm. Working the back of that arm. Tricep extensions. Tricep extensions. If you feel this going into your shoulder, you can modify this. A modification is taking this right over to your opposite shoulder and bringing it down nice and straight. Just straight up and down from that shoulder. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, take it out to that angle there. Taking it out to that angle. And keep going here. Just working through that tricep. And there you go. Taking it to the other side. Come up. Up. Taking that down. Stretching it down. Getting that elbow right to your side. And extending out. Nice long X across the body. Here we go. And driving it. Now this time, opening and opening. Opening through that elbow. Opening through that elbow. Gave myself a little less resistance there. That's the beauty of the resistance bands. All you gotta do is shift the hand. Takes the resistance down. There it is. Notice how it's right along the side of my body. When I extend it out. Right along the side of my body. Modification, taking it right up here and coming down. Right there. Otherwise, up into that wide, elbow to your side and pressing it. And out. There it is. Extending out. All right, very good there. Now, get a little bit of cardio. I'm going into a plank burpee on a chair. There's the modification. And I will also show you a modification from the jump, from any of the jumping out, and you do not have to add a push-up. So grabbing onto that chair, shoulder right above the wrists, hopping out, coming down into a push-up, back up, and hop. Modification, step out, out, in, and up. No push-up if your shoulders are bothering you. No push-up. Otherwise, it's hopping out, push-up. I can't go too far. I'll hit my head. Up and jump. Step in. All the different modifications. Hop out, push up. All the different modifications. Whatever works for you. All right, that was that for that set. I'm going to come right back around to the top. And we're going to start with the squat with the bicep curl. Sumo squat with bicep curl. Let's go ahead and nice wide stance here. Go on up. And here we go. Starting with that wide and wide curl. Bicep curl is coming right up in line with that shoulder. And up. Coming on up. Feeling your belly kind of bracing whenever you come up. Just just engaging through that belly. Always. Now do that, reach in the rear end out. Reach in the rear end out. You don't have to go very deep in these. You just don't have to. You can stay right here. Or you can go a little bit deeper. Or you can go all the way down. Whatever your level of fitness works for you. Where you're at right now. Alright, next we're going to do that deadlift. Bring those feet in just slightly. Really cinching down, palms down. And it's going to be hinging. Get that hinge in there. Straight back. Ready? And hinging and up. Squeezing the rear end. Squeezing the rear end every time you come up. I want to see you come all the way up. All the way up. Hinge. And all the way up. And squeeze. And squeeze. Hinging and squeeze. When you're squeezing, try not to hyperextend your knees. Extend your knees. Take those knees straight. Just don't be pushing all of your weight in those knees. Squeeze and squeeze. Really getting the work here through the rear end, low back of the thighs. Timer's almost there. Keep going. And there we go. Now we're going into that lat hold. Taking that band, folding it in half. Up into that wide position here. And it's going to be that elbow driving back. Breath right there. Pulling back, feeling that back engage. You really should be able to feel that back engage. You don't have to have a lot of resistance here. If you have a really heavy resistance band, take it to single. You don't have to double it. Just take it to single. And go. Really, mine's not real resistant, so I really got to give it a good pull and intentionally squeeze that back. Intentionally squeeze that back. Keep that weight in the heels and pull. Almost there with these and pull. There it is. All right. And back up to that wide. Back up to that wide position. Thumb up to that wide, grounding it with that hand, pulling it right across the body. Make sure you're not pushing down on that hand and opening that elbow up. That elbow stays tight through that pull. Stays nice and tight. That angle stays tight. Tight through there. Everybody always wants to push through. You're not. You're just taking that elbow back. Right here. If you really want to push down, make it a little harder. And that'll take away that urge to push down there. Right here. You get to push down, press down on the next move, which will be the tricep extension. And here we go. A few more here. 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Very good. Now we're going to go back up into that wide. On the other side. With the ends back up. Getting into that tricep extension. This time your elbow's coming to your side, staying at your side. And you are going to open up that elbow. You're going to open up that elbow. There we go. Opening it up this time. Coming out to the side. Working a different part of that tricep being at an angle instead of pressing just straight on down. And like I said, if that bothers you a little bit, go ahead and take it right to the opposite shoulder of where we were, or in line with the same shoulder of the press, and press on down here. Come back up to that wide elbow down, and extend. Love working the backs of those arms. Always like the backs of those arms. I do take my thumb on the outside there. Very good. Now we're changing sides here. Up to the other side. And grabbing straight line there. And there you go. Right across the body. Extend out. Extend out. Nice. Remember that breath. And once again, if you feel like that's a little bit harder than you can take that right in, cross it over, and come straight on down. Straight on down. Right here. And then that breath the whole time. Take it up. Out. There it is. Okay, now from here, we're going to go into those plank burpees. Up with our chair. Remember, it's very important to keep your wrists underneath the shoulders. I don't want your wrists way in front and your shoulder way back. This protects that shoulder. And here we go. Pop out, push up, in, and pop out, push up, in, and up. Modification. Hinging, stepping out, stepping in, and coming up. Eliminate that push-up completely, in and up. You're going to take this fast. In and up, out, in and up. You can eliminate the push-up. Instead of jump, you can jump out, no push-up, hop in, and just come up to your toes. All right, that's the end of the first set. We will be going on to the next set, and we will still be using the band, and we'll start in just a moment. All right, let's begin our second set. I'm going to start with a small squat with a hip extension. You're going to take that band, lay it on the floor, and step a little more than hip width apart. You're going to cross that band and cinching it with your palms, your thumb up, and taking them to about your pelvic bone right here. You're going to do a small squat and extend that hip back, a small squat. Same side here, shifting your weight all the way over to one leg and extending that leg back. All right, ready? Let's get started. A little bit, rear end comes back and extending that leg back. And now, you want to challenge yourself a little bit, shift that weight all to the one leg and extend back, just keeping that weight all on that leg and not tapping. If you can balance here, you can even bring the knee in and push back, knee in and push back, all balancing on that foot or just extending and still keeping that weight all on one foot if you can. All right, here you go. Change sides here. You can readjust if you need to. Crisscross. Bringing that up to your pelvic bones. Getting that baby squat in. No shoulders down. Belly is engaged a bit. Hold it up a little bit. And a little squat. And extending back. Squat, extending back. Here I'm shifting my weight a little bit to both feet and extending back. You want to challenge yourself a little bit. Shift all your weight over the one leg and kicking back with a good balance. Shoulders down, belly engaged. A little even more of a challenge. Bring that foot in and press back. And bring that knee in with the foot and press back. And press back. Here, if you need a little balance, you can actually tap and still press back. Or challenge yourself and get that balance in there, or just lift it up. So many different options here. Find the best one that works for you. All right, going into a little bit of rotator cuff work, keeping the band single, we're not doubling it, laying it across the hands, elbows to your sides. You can leave a little slack in it if you have rotator cuff problems. Otherwise, you can get it just taut. Now it's opening and closing. Opening and closing. Open up. Keeping those elbows as much to your sides as you can. I just want to make sure you're not coming all the way out. Keeping them to your sides. rotating out, hence the working the rotator cuff. What I want to see is I want to see the angle in that elbow and upper arm staying at pretty much a right angle instead of dropping down. If it drops down, you're not getting the work. If it drops down, it may be a little too taut. So give yourself a little more slack. There you go. Working that rotator cuff. Now a little bit of balance work here, going into a side lunge and pushing off. Starting at your feet about hip width, stepping into a side lunge and pushing off to balance. Into a side lunge, pushing off the balance. And push up. Really give yourself a push off. Push through that heel. Push off. And push off. If you have dumbbells, you can carry your dumbbells here. And push off. And hold your balance. Hold your balance. Make sure you're not pulling this knee in across the body. It's nice and straight up. And pushing off the balance. And pushing off the balance. A few more here. And remembering that breath. Push up. And push up. And get ready for the other side. I'm going to go sideways on this one so you can see me. Right here. Make sure you take your breath, take your recovery time. Inhale and exhale. And ready. Stepping the other direction and pushing off. One side may be a little bit more challenging than the other. And push off. So you can see here the rear end's coming out. And pushing off. Out. Pushing off through that heel. Pushing off. Keeping that gaze out. Pushing off. And pushing off. Pushing off. See if you can hold your balance here a little bit. Challenge yourself. Like I said, one side may be a little more challenging than the other. Usually is, especially if you have injury going on. Pushing off. And one more. There you go. Now, I'm going to work the back of the shoulders a little bit. This one, I'm going to keep the palms down. It's going to be working the upper back and the back of the shoulders. Keeping those palms down. Right here, I'm just going to take them about chest high. And it's opening up, opening up. So the movement is through the shoulder. Movement is through the shoulder. Notice my elbows are not moving. The elbow joint is not moving. The movement is through that shoulder. If one of your shoulders bothers you, you can do it more gently and just kind of take it out to one side. Maybe take it a little lower. Otherwise, you can do both of them. Really can't feel that. Or you can take it out, just come in, out. Remember I said it's not about extending out. Just you take it a little lower and working that back, upper back, and back shoulder. That works great. All right. We're going to start back up at the top of this set. Nice quick set for you there. So we're going to come down into that small squat with the hip extension. Feet about hip width, crisscross, hands at the pelvic bones, baby squat, and hip extension, and hip extension. Still keeping that weight mostly on one leg, trying not to shift my weight back and forth and back and forth. Just mostly on one leg. Works both hips, actually. And so you can either take it out straight here, or you can bring it in and all your weight on one foot and push it out. Whatever works for you. Whatever level feels good to you. And coming back, taking your 20 seconds, shoulders down, belly engaged. Inhale and exhale. Another breath. Inhale and arching the back on these. That's why I really like those soft knees and weight in the heels. Opening up here for the rotator cuff. If it bothers your rotator cuff, give yourself a little more resistance. If you're not using a band, you can actually take your arms up in the goalpost, back and forth there. Still working the rotators. And inhale and exhale, opening. Let's hold it for 1, 2. And hold it 1, 2. Hold. Hold. Remembering that breath. And breathing at your own pace. All right, now taking it out of the upper body, going into that side lunge with the push-off, getting a little more balance there, starting with feet a little more than hip width, going into a side lunge and pushing off back into a balanced position. Side lunge, push off into balance. Side lunge, push off into balance. Side lunge, push off into balance. Here we go. Pushing off. Pushing off. Feeling that belly every time you lift that knee. Pushing off. Pushing off. Take it sideways. Rear end comes back and pushing off. Push off. About 15 seconds left. Pushing. Challenge yourself a little bit. Really push off. And see if you can stop yourself at the top and balance. And one more. I like it. There we go. All right. Catching the breath here a little bit. Inhale and exhale. Again. And exhale. All right. Ready? And let's go. And pushing off the balance. Pushing off the balance. Pushing off the balance. Remember that breath. Always keep breathing in, out. Filling those lungs up. You can pretty much breathe at your own pace here. Not exerting with real heavy weights here. So just kind of breathe at your own pace. Sounds good. And just challenge yourself. Really push off. See if you can really have to balance on that side. Pushing off. All right, very good. Now we're going into that reverse fly. And working the backs of those shoulders and the upper back. I'm keeping the palms down this time. It is still working the backs of the shoulders and that upper back. And opening up wide. Opening up wide. If the shoulders bother you, you know you can always take this lower. And that may help keep the shoulder out of it a bit and still working that upper back. Otherwise, let's take it high, open, open. Notice the angle in those elbows. It stayed exactly the same. Always the same. Really working it here. You can even take it a little bit under the chest if you want. Bring it a little lower. And inhale and exhale. Almost there. I'm going pretty fast here. Really working those. There you go. You finished that second set. Now we're going to get down onto the mat. All right, ready for our third and last set on the mat. I didn't get much rotation in, so we're going to get a little bit of rotation in right now. Let's do a Pilates roll down as best as you can. If you need to get down on the mat another way to protect your low back, you go ahead. Other than that, you're going to take your arms up, shoulders down, just a little bit of a tilt, one vertebra at a time. See if you can come down without dropping at the very end, all the way down. There we go. We're going to take one ankle over the opposite knee. And now the same knee that's across the ankle, you're going to take that hand behind your skull, on the base of your skull, and The opposite hand is going to come across. That little finger is going to come right across the knee here. That's the angle that I want for this rotation. That's the exact angle. And then we're going to lift and lower. Here I want you to lift, tap just a little bit, tap that shoulder blade and lift back up. Tap, lift up, tap, lift up. All right, let's get started. Here we go. And lift up, rotate. I'm not crunching forward here. My neck's just tapped a little bit. Tap, lift, tap, lift, tap, lift. Just it's basically taking your shoulder to that knee instead of an elbow. Just working one side of the body. Nice rotation right here. Really working. Rest your head back here. Lift and lift. Tap up, tap up, tap up. You're not coming all the way down and resting at the bottom. No, we're not taking that shoulder all the way down. Tapping that shoulder blade and lift. I'm going to add 10 right here. 9 pulses. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Taking that knee down, switching over to the other side. Same knee that's bent, hand goes behind your skull, on the base of that skull. Other hand comes across. Little finger is going to glide along that knee. And let's get started. And lift, tap that shoulder, lift, tap, up. See if you can keep that elbow nice and flat. Tap, up. Really getting a good rotation here. Not crunching here. That rib cage is staying open and lifting. It is a lift. Pilates lift. Always a lift. Oblique lift. Rotation through here. And lifting. You can do it. You don't have to go quite as fast. You can slow it down and lifting. Lifting. Tap up. Tap up. Tap up. And then pulsing. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, very good. Go ahead and bring those knees in. Inhale and exhale. All right. Single leg stretch. Taking both knees up into tabletop. This is tabletop here. With an angle right in tabletop. Both hands on either side of one knee. Reaching the other leg long and then alternate. You can bring your head, neck, and shoulders up. If your head, neck, and shoulders bother you, you can take it down. All right, ready, and go. Up in the tabletop, either side of the knee, not that long. And I'm going to take my head, neck, and shoulders up. Pilates single leg stretch. The lower you can go here. Get a little bit more of those low abs. Otherwise, you can keep that leg high, either way. Or you can take that head, neck, and shoulders down. See if you can keep those knees in tabletop instead of dropping them down and closing that gap. Nice in tabletop position here. Head and shoulder up and down. Keeping it low. Let's go back to low again. And low. Almost there. Bring those knees in. Pulling in. Opening that low back. And back down. All right, I'm going to go to a clamshell here. For this move, it works your rotators. I'm not going to add any other resistance. I'm going to show you from, I want to line the whole body up along the edge of the mat. So I'm going to start with the soles of the feet. Line them up along the edge of the mat. Take my rear end, line it up along the edge of the mat. And then my shoulders and my head lined up right along the edge of the mat. All right, now you're going to lean forward just slightly. This is going to be an open hold, and close. Very good for knee help. Let's go ahead and take my primer right here. And let's get started. Leaning just slightly forward, open hold, and close. Open open. You should be feeling it right deep in that hip rotator right here. We want to keep these at a opening where you're not lifting your hips back. You don't get the work if you're opening real wide. It's not a real large range of motion here. Opening, feeling that belly engage. Opening and close. Open and close. Open and close. All right, now we're going to take that top knee and either top leg, either take it with that foot down, or you can just drop that leg, that knee right on in front of you, and I want you to take that bottom leg back, all the way back, along the line of that mat. And here we go. We're going to lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. What I will see with these, this is good inner thigh work, hip abduction. I'm still leaning a little bit forward, not a lot of weight. All lined up. What I do see with this a lot of times is the foot comes in. I want to see that foot, that leg kept back and lifting it up. Lifting it up. Just lift and hold, lower, lift, hold. Think of that inner thigh. Lifting that leg and lifting it. Okay, now we're going to pulse for the last 10 seconds. Pulsing, pulsing. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, now we're going to go to the other side. Okay, up. Switching over to the other side. Right along the edge of that mat. Here we go. Soles of the feet, hips, dropping the back down, all right along the edge of the mat. I'm just going to lay on my bicep here. Make sure I'm all the way back and then just slightly forward. Yeah, you can even push that hip down just a little bit. And we're going to open and close. All right, here we go. Open, feel that hip working deep inside that rotator. Open and close. Remember, we're not rocking back. Open and close. We're just going to do one set today of our mat work. Good job on hanging with us here. So good small muscle groups. These exercises need to be done on a regular basis. These clamps for your not just hip health, but knee health as well. Anybody that's had a knee replacement knows this. Oh yeah, they've had to do your clamshells. That's for sure. You're holding there for 1, 2. All right, taking that knee up onto the ground, or bringing your foot, whichever works for you. Leg on the floor, goes out straight, taking it all the way back along the edge of that mat. Still leaning just a little bit forward. You can just kind of push that hip down a little bit. And ready, and lift, and lower. If you're barefoot, you can point your toe. I'm still pointing in shoes, but it's not quite as effective. Boy, I can feel that inner thigh working and lifting. Let's hold it up for 1, 2, and lower. 1, 2, and lower. Here you go, up, and lift, and lift. Lift and lower. Lift. You've got it. We're getting it there. Almost ready for that pulsing at the end. We did the last 10 seconds with the pulse. Ready and go. Lift. Pulsing. Pulse. Keep pulsing. Really working that inner thigh. Really working it. And there you go. All right, let's go ahead. Bring those knees together. Push yourself up. There's your workout for today, and I thank you for joining me and look forward to seeing you